Hey y'all, so I've not made a video in a while, so I thought I would try to today. I have been under the weather, so I'm feeling a lot better now. I still just have a little bit of a lingering cough, so if I sound kind of funny, you'll know why. So I'm going to make these chicken patties that everybody that has tried them loves. My mom and dad love them. My husband loves them. Y'all know how picky he is. So I'm just going to kind of run through what we do. So I have a little bit of mayonnaise because my husband does not like mayonnaise. So he doesn't know that I use mayonnaise in these until he sees this video. But he's outside milking the cows. So I'm going to use the chicken breast. Now, if you have some already cooked, use it. I just didn't have any ready to cook. I usually roast a chicken and then have extras left over, and I shred the extra chicken. But I didn't have that today. So we're just going to use what we got. So I'm going to empty 2 cans of that, if I can get it all out. Oh. Okay. Hold on a minute. It might be a little blurry because I'm going to use the fork and I'm popping the... Sorry about that. I'm sorry about it blurring blurry. So I've just got 2 cans of the chunk chicken breast. I'll put that right in there. And then I'm going to shred the chicken up. I'll be right back when I get this shredded up. Okay, so I have the chicken all shredded up, as you can see. And the next thing we're going to do is add 2 eggs. So these are farm fresh eggs straight from our farm. So I always break them in a separate bowl just to make sure that we have a good egg. Get that eggshell out. Then I'll dump that in there to the mix. And then do one more. So if you only use half of this recipe, then you can, of course, just use 1 egg, you know. And if your group doesn't mind the mayonnaise, then by all means, please do use more mayonnaise. It just helps it stick together better. Like I said, my husband is picky. So he's just very picky. Very, very picky. And I got a little bit of an eggshell. That's what's causing me to be a little slow here. Don't say y'all don't do that. Y'all don't get little eggshell pieces in your egg when you crack it sometimes. You just can't help it sometimes. So we get that eggshell out, and then we will continue. Now, what I like to do is always, always, always wash your hands after dealing with eggs. So I will be right back when I get my hands washed. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I put the 2 eggs in here. So now we're just going to mix them very well. And I'll come right back as soon as I get it mixed. It's kind of hard to hold the phone and record at the same time. Okay, so I have all of the chicken and egg and secret mayonnaise mixed together. So I'm going to use some spices. Now, you use the spices you want. And as I have always said, you do what works best for you. Like, I'm going to use celery salt. And my family doesn't like celery a whole lot, so I'm just going to use just a little bit. And we absolutely loved smoked paprika. I didn't know the difference between smoked paprika and paprika, but let me just tell y'all, smoked paprika just takes it, it just takes it up a notch. Like, it is so good. And my family does love the smoked paprika, so I use a good bit of that. Now, if we have Lowry seasoning salt or some other seasoning salt, sometimes I'll use that. Now, my family loves onion powder. I know. My husband hates onions, but he doesn't mind the flavor of the onion powder. He doesn't mind the flavor of pureed onions if I sneak it in there and puree the onions without him knowing. So we like onion flavor. So we're going to put a good bit of that in there as well. And you just season it how you want to. Now, we always use powders most of the time. I know that was celery salt, but we try very hard not to put salts back into stuff, especially like this canned chicken. It has salt in it, which I rinse it in hot water when I use that several times to try to get as much of the preservatives off as I can and as much as that salt out of as I can, because we just don't like a whole lot of salt in our food. So we use powders, or if I can get away with it and I have time, I will blend up like fresh onion or fresh garlic. And my husband doesn't have the chunks in it that he doesn't like, so he just has the flavor, and that works really well. So I'm gonna stir this up, and then I'm gonna add some cheese. You can add whatever cheese you want. We're gonna use sharp cheddar, and you can add as much cheese as you want or as little cheese as you want. So I'm gonna mix this up and add the cheese, and I'll be back when it's time to fry these babies up so you can see how yummy they look. Hey, my friends. Okay, so I've got our mixture mixed up with our seasonings and our cheeses. I'm going to cook on a medium-high heat. I'm going to add some garlic and oat butter. I didn't realize I was out of butter, and I just don't feel like making any today. So I always get some of this Kerrygold butter just because it's so delicious and yummy. And I don't have to make it with all the seasonings in it. So we're going to use some of this. So just get a little bit of that in my skillet. Just a little, like so. And then also we're going to use a little bit of bacon grease. So I don't know if y'all have a bacon grease pan or not, but we have a bacon grease pan. It's like my grandparents had and my mama has had growing up. We keep our bacon grease drippings for when we need them. So what I do is I mix the butter and the bacon grease together in the pan, and that's what I will fry the chicken patties in. Just kind of stir it around. And then just kind of take a heaping spoonful. I know, I'm so sorry. This is terrible recording. Normally I have a helper, but he has an injured foot right now. So we're going to just kind of mound. Actually, let me get a little bigger spoon. That'll probably help instead of my fork. I have a fork right now. So just take a big plop of that and just put it down in the pan and just kind of mash it together. And I'll usually do about 2 plops to each other to make a nice size patty. So whenever this one finishes, I'm going to go ahead and get some more in the pan, and I will see you back in a minute. So here I have flipped all 3 of the chicken patties, the first 3, and I will flip them again. I let them cook on each side several times to make sure that the egg is completely cooked throughout. So, and again, the more mayonnaise that you can use, the better it helps hold it together as well. The cheese helps hold it together. So no bread. We don't use bread in these. So these are really a great low carb idea if you want to eat them by themselves. Lots of options. You can put them on a tortilla wrap. You can put them on a sandwich, which is what we're going to probably do, is use them as chicken sandwiches tonight with some chips for supper, because it's like one of those midweek supper nights and we're just all tired and got a lot to do. So the first batch of chicken patties are finished. Hope they look delicious. And I've got a second batch in. I did put another pat of butter and another little bit of bacon grease to fry them in. So they are frying up beautifully, and I will flip them. And I flip them several times on each side so that to make sure that the egg is really fully cooked. Because we want to make sure that egg's completely cooked. Even though we have farm fresh eggs, still want to make sure that egg is really cooked. I know some people will eat raw egg. I don't care. That's not me. I don't like raw eggs, so I can't do it. So make sure that the egg is fully cooked. So they're just cooking, and I will be back when they're finished to give a review and let everyone give you a review. Shoot. So I thought I'd kick it up a notch, and I'm making some buttered toast to go with our chicken patty for the sandwiches, with some of that garlic butter sauce. Garlic butter. Anyway, I'll get it together. So that's what I'm doing. And now for the taste test. All right, Pat. What do you think? Apparently it's so good, he's speechless. We get a thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. How about that? Alrighty. Oh, bunch of thumbs ups. Okay.
I had someone should open up a chicken sandwich restaurant.
Oh, you think I should open up a chicken sandwich
Somebody
restaurant?
should.
Like that?
You should also, but...
That's good. Alright. Well, next we're going to see what Daddy's review is. Okay. So, Daddy's making some tea. He's going to taste a little bite.
You're good.
They didn't see you taste a bite. He just took a piece off and ate it. So 1 thumbs up. It says good. So it's a winner? Winner? So do y'all want this another time? So I'm going to eat mine with some mayonnaise and a piece of sliced cheese because I love cheese. And make a sandwich out of it. So anyway, it's delicious. Y'all should try this recipe. You will not be disappointed. Super good. What? Save some for you for lunch tomorrow. So Patrick said, can I please save the chicken patties for lunch tomorrow? If there's any left, I will definitely. So here's my sandwich. But I want to show you a little piece. So I'm going to eat a little piece. It's so good, y'all. Y'all got to try these. Super easy, super quick, inexpensive. Like I said, if you don't have chicken cooked, you can just use a can of chicken like I did. I rinsed it really well. Or you can cook a chicken. And a lot of times we'll rotisserie a chicken or roast a chicken in the oven. And I'll take the chicken that's left over and make something with it. So this is definitely something you could make with it. So it's really delicious, y'all. So happy cooking. And maybe y'all can make some of this delicious stuff. Delicious chicken patties. And they can be low carb because you can eat them just by themselves. Patrick wants to say something else.
This chicken, it tastes so sweet, so tender, and just has this perfect juiciness with it. And it's also, you can taste that sweetness and that
Seasonings.
yes, you can taste every bit of it. And it just all comes up to just such a good tasting dish.
Works together. All right, well, there you go. So God bless and try the delicious chicken patties.